All right. Good morning, everyone. It is May 10th here on Small Business News. My name is Ryan Howe. I am a professional business coach. I work with small to medium sized businesses to help them grow faster than ever thought possible. Learn more at summitbusinessguys.com. We'll check that out in a little bit here. Today is Research Friday. It's one of my favorite days that I have here on the program, where you get to come along with me while I do research on a particular topic that is of importance to my clients. And what this is where my job isn't to know everything. That's, they ask me a question and immediately know. Excuse me. Still springtime here in Michigan. I'm still dealing with my allergies. But with that, my job is to go find out that information, put them in contact with the right individuals, those individuals with the best practice, those companies and businesses that can help them out if I don't know. With that, prior to me asking questions, I always go do some research on my own so I can understand which questions to ask whenever I am dealing with those other individuals, or I can go back and help my clients learn more about a question that they have. And it's a big part of what I do as a business coach. So this week, again, May 10th here, we're going to be talking about different business models. So I have some of my clients, they are getting ready to move into some new new offerings, new businesses, things like that they want. Not necessarily new businesses per se, but they have new offerings that are outside ish of what they normally do. And so the question that I always put back to them is like, what business model are you using for this? Because of what I coach my clients to do is treat every single line as its own independent business unit. So you fully understand the supply chain, you understand all those aspects to it, and you make sure that it is set up in the best way possible to maximize your revenue and also exceed the customer experience at the same time. Okay. So that's kind of the idea here, is where I want to just be able to ask those questions. So with that, I had some questions about business model, and to do so, what I do is I just go through, do some research, and put together a summary of my thoughts and notes and some education for my clients. And then we have a conversation about it. We move forward. So with that, let's get into this today. So for those that don't know about business model, what we're doing, let's see, I think this is probably the best one. Yeah, we'll do this one right here. I'm a little guy down in the corner here. Let's make it a little bit bigger for you. Just a little bit bigger. Got my big head down in the corner here. So there we go. All right. Easy enough for me to hide, not block things here. So questions come up all the time. Well, what is a business model? I've actually had that asked quite a bit here. So again, before we get into that too, for those, again, maybe new here, Monday through Friday, between 8 and 9 Eastern, I come live basically every day. If I have client work, obviously that's going to take priority. I got to pay my bills. But beyond that, I'm here Monday through Friday between 8 and 9 Eastern, 9 a.m. Eastern. So if you would like to be here live, hop on to be able to ask me a question and learn, hit me up during the live stream. Please do. Make sure you follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then you'll be, get a heads up when I'm here. Come out here and ask me a question. All right. So with that, what is a business model? Now, a business model is a framework for finding a systematic way to unlock long-term value for an organization while delivering value to customers and capturing value through monetization strategies. Very long word for saying we want to have a system that's going to be long-term within an organization that meets or exceeds and basically provides value to the client, and capturing value through and basically turning that value that process of delivering value, turning that into capital, making profit. So let's take a look at, and these are the ways we're going to be looking at here. So questions you need to make sure you're asking here. And this is where, as always, links to every single article that I am reviewing are in the description. So you'll be able to see those there if you want to go see that for yourself, which I highly recommend. Every time that I'm on the stream, go to this description, see, and go link and read these for yourselves. Don't just take my terrible reading, As you know, don't take it. I don't want to say this here. It's Friday morning. I should be a little quicker than this. You don't want to take it as gospel. That's the word I wanted to say. Yeah. Always do your own research, folks. All right, so let's get into this. So the way they have this broken down here, and this is 4weekmba.com. I love this. I love this site because it's just that nice little refresher. So things you want to be looking at here are customer segments. Who is your customer? If you haven't created a customer avatar yet, I have a video for that. You can go check that out as well. You should always have customer avatars. One of the first things that you should be doing when you're setting up your business. Who is your customer? Who the heck are you meeting, and what pain points do they have, and what pain points is your product or service solving for them? All right, distribution channels. We have how do you get your product or service to your customer? Absolutely, and then profit or formula. Is the business financially sustainable? That is one of the huge things you need to make sure you're consistently looking at. You may have the greatest product in the world that nobody wants. All right, or you may be able to deliver it, but you can't do so profitably. Therefore, you don't have a business. You have a charity. All right, and then the connection points between, and you'll see this on this as well. I mean, I'll read these for you if you can't read them. So compelling value proposition. Your connecting points are, what do you offer to your people that make them want to make them want more? So what do you offer to your people to make them want more? Unique brand positioning. Okay, how do you want your people to, this is terrible the way this is written. How do you want your people to, there you go. How do you want your people to think about your brand? And then can you offer 10x better product or service? And that's one thing we definitely look at here is we're always between 5 and 10x is what I'm looking for my customers or for my clients. Everything we do, we need to be able to 5 or 10x. That includes our meetings. I have an entire video on meetings too. So again, this is just what we're looking at as far as for the business, as far as a business framework. Cool little video if you want to check it out. And then they got a list of business models here, but we're going to go to this next page here. So this is great for 4-week MBA. Lots of good information on here. Business Model Explorer. Whew, lots of them there. We're going to go check out this version of it instead, which is over on morethandigital.info. 9 disruptive business models explain new opportunities for companies. And this is a relatively new article. That's why I kind of went with it here. And the reason when I did a search for this, I wanted to find what was considered to be, the more, when I went for disruptive on purpose. One of the things I was looking at, it's not that, not that is out of vogue or anything, we've got to find the unicorn business and do all this. The reason that these disruptive business models that you want to have is when you have, these are for, my clients that already have an existing business. So they are looking to enter a space. I want them to set up in a way that they are going to be able to go in and capture market, basically that the market segments that their percentage of the market that they own quickly. Like that's the idea. We don't have time for them to be taking basically the profits from our already profitable business and then pushing it into another industry, another section, another segment, and just hope it works out. We want to be able to go in there and make a splash, get attention, and then pick up as big a piece of that market as we can as quickly as possible so we can start turning a profit on it and then use that to build into our next segment. That's the idea that we're working with. So that's why I went with disruptive here. All right. And it doesn't mean like saying they're going to change their current business model either. Like that's the idea here. You treat each of your business, your business lines, as an independent business unit. So just because you may have a boring model that just delivers X, Y, and Z, X product at Z price for, for Y profit, you don't need to change that if that is good for your cash flows and it supports the business. You move into another industry or another section, you've got to find a way to get in there and get people's attention and show them and be able to attract value that way. Okay, so that's a big piece of what we want. Let's do it this way. Okay. Now, in the news, on social media, regular discussions in the pub. Again, this is from over on the continent here. So this is over out of Europe. Many people are currently discussing disruptive business models, and some are even fed up with the disruptive world. Yeah, I told you. Why is this topic so important for everyone, and what do we need to know about it? This article aims to, okay, so they're telling me what they're going to tell us. We're not worried about that. The big piece here is you're going to disrupt or be disrupted. Now, it's in Silicon Valley, but that's everywhere. Attention and delivering value are the two most important things that you have as within business. People like it, if you lose the attention of your customer base, and then they start to question your value, that's when you start, shedding customers really quick. So again, disrupt or be disruptive. So you want to make sure that you are constantly doing things in a way that are going to keep people's attention and keep them on you. So here are the 9 disruptive business models for enterprises that I want to be able to take a look at. We got a whole bunch here. Let's get through them here. All right. Freemium model. They got the breakout of what they are here. I think here we go. So freemium model, one of the most common business models. Consumer receives a product or service for free. Either only basic features are offered, then the customer has to pay for premium features. No branding or extension of service. This allows you to quickly reach a broad customer base, expand your business in new markets. Okay. Examples there: Spotify, LinkedIn, was that Zing? Canva.com and MailChimp. So of those that they've gotten me on this because I love once I got into their and was dealing with their service, right? The free version. I was like, man, I'm going to pay up for this because just the value I get from the base level. What can I get from the basically premium? And I've not been upset about it. So Spotify for sure. LinkedIn, I'm still questioning my LinkedIn. I'm just, to be honest on that. The only thing I like about it is I can see who's looking at my profile, which you can go connect with me on LinkedIn. It's just Ryan Howe for under Summit Business Guides. You can go find me there. Again, if you want to learn more about what I do for small businesses, go and check out summitbusinessguides.com. You can see what I do. Some of the clients that I work with here in West Michigan. Again, I have one client over in Maine I go fly out with. There's a couple startups I help out over there as well, but I do travel for work. And it's a myriad. I've got credit union, landscaping, manufacturing, adult foster care, trucking. There's a law firm. Yeah, it's all over the place, folks. I basically help everybody. You can find more places to connect with me here. My LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, the YouTube, obviously, are here. Here are on Facebook watching this, so I appreciate that. Hopefully I earn your subscription today. Make sure you hit that notification bell. You go here as well. You can see my page. You can see where I've got my latest stuff on Facebook, and then where you can go and see my latest YouTube business-wise that I have on here. Just as a heads up, some of you might be saying like, wait a minute, aren't you the guy that does gardening? And I'm like, yes, I am. In the afternoons on my channel, just as a heads up, I do stream live for my garden. I have long form garden videos and, garden, yard work, homestead type stuff that goes out. So don't be shocked if you see this face in the garden too. All right, back to the skin. So the freemium model absolutely works great there, folks. Big fan of it. But again, just understanding it's meant to be, you provide value first, and then the high level value comes later that you can extract a higher, dollar value from. Subscription model. Products and services usually be offered as subscriptions. An amount that would normally be paid once is split, or a new service is created that is billed periodically. So I think we're pretty much straightforward with that. So non-scalable products can also be turned into subscriptions. Amazon already provided an example of how products such as detergents, cosmetics can be delivered automatically on a regular basis. I'm that guy too. I have things that are just set up on a monthly, 2, 3 monthly, weekly, whatever it is. I just have them delivered to the house because I don't want to have to think about it, and I will pay a little extra for that. Places like that, absolutely. Amazon, Netflix, and your internet providers. Okay, free offers. A model that has become increasingly popular, especially with nothing's ever free, folks. What is the old adage? If something is free, you are the product. So just keep that in mind, right? All right. For many entrepreneurs, this is the most incomprehensible business model, but it has great potential for some services, such as business models that use customer data for advertising or personalized offers. It is interesting to use a lot of information about a customer. You are again, just remember that if you're looking to set up, if you want to go with the free, basically that free offers, come use their service for free, you need to have a way to be able to extract that data and monetize it. Just understand that. Google and Facebook are the two best at it. And I mean, on my end, I'll tell you honestly, I'm coming to you right now from Google and Facebook, and it's costing me $0. yes, they're harvesting data about me. I got it. I'll tell you, the exchange is not that bad, for mostly, especially on the business sense. Personal is a little bit different, but so just keep that in mind. They're not necessarily bad. Marketplace model. In some industries, marketplaces have had or have the potential to be very disruptive. The business model is usually digital marketplace that can connect sellers and buyers on a common platform. Money is usually generated through brokerage fees, commissions, or fixed transaction costs. However, it is also possible to use membership fees on the platform to generate money through advertising, premium positioning. So Amazon for sure. I still think back to the early 2000s when I got a bonus from the military and I was looking at, okay, I have a family and children that I need to take care of, but this company Amazon that I've been researching for school is literally changing the world of logistics and is going to blow up, and it's $10 a share. I'm obviously I went with my family because I was a young kid at the time, but I just looked at it and said, this is the one that's going to do great. And lo and behold, I am an owner of Amazon shares, by the way, FYI. But it's one of those things. I knew they were going to just kill it. Alibaba, Uber, and eBay. You just again remember, it's the wholesale environment that is really where it's at, and you'll see that consistently over pretty much every market. The wholesalers always do well. All right, sharing economy. So we've got access over ownership model, renting versus leasing. In the classic sense, a sharing economy is called renting. I love this rebranding though. It's good. It's a sharing economy. Am I not renting it? Yeah. Okay. Goods and services that usually only be purchased or made available to another person for a limited time or period. Again, car sharing, and then they get examples here. Airbnb. I never heard of Charoo. This is definitely on the same thing, mobility. But Lyft and Airbnb I know of. These must be over on the continent. Must be. Okay, user experience premium. This is a premium model that is easy to observe with Apple. A good customer service experience adds value to an interchangeable product. The service, the brand, most importantly, the customer experience are enhanced and premium prices are charged. So, all right, let's talk about that. I don't necessarily agree with that definition. And it's not customer service. Yes, they do provide good customer service on Apple. I'm going to use Apple as the example here. There's the premium experience, right? Where everything is luxe, everything, and you are paying for completely high end type of stuff and that customer experience. They're the customer service experience. So there's that. I wouldn't put Apple in that. Apple has what they do is a little bit different, but it's still a user experience premium. And what that is they have the basically the back end, the entire Apple infrastructure, everything is interconnected. So when they talk about that user experience, when I get my wife I got my wife a new iPhone. I don't know, maybe about a year ago or something like that. I can't remember when we got it. Changed our cell phone carrier. Anyways, got the new Apple iPhone for her. The changeover, and same thing with my Samsungs there, but I'm sticking with Apple here. I'm an Android guy, FYI. Anyways, so I took the Apple, and you just take the quick little, not even QR code, the little fancy little dot thing that they have, and it transfers everything. And the moment that you log in, all of your stuff syncs across the entire system, that entire ecosystem. That is what they're talking about with a user experience premium. You pay up on Apple to have all those things that are, you don't have to worry about the fine details. It's covered for you. And that's one of the things that they definitely have on there. I like my Android phone because I can go in and tweak what I want. But anyways, all right. So, and the other spot here. So this is also think about from a small business side of the house. If you have concierge service that you can provide, people will pay up for that to be available 24/7. And this is one of the areas where when I was looking at developing my small business coaching model, I focused on user experience premium. I take a limited number of clients. There's a premium for my services. However, I am available 24/7 for my clients. It's just what that is. They call me or text me at any time, and I get back to them. They have priority. There's times obviously where I've got vacation time stuff with my family, and everyone respects that. We got that, but beyond that piece, And even on my vacation, I've handled stuff before. You know, my clients need help with something. We're gonna hop on that. We're gonna hop on there and help them out. So, but it's that understanding. Like, this is what we're dealing with. This is what the for my end is that user experience. I want my clients to know that they are the priority. I'm there to help them. All right, the next spot's going to be a period model. This is a typical sales model, has been around for years. Pyramid models can be set up quickly and easy to manage, especially because the ease of invoicing using technical aids. It is particularly interesting for high margin products that are easy to explain. And again, examples: Amazon affiliate, you got Microsoft, and then your Dropbox as well. All right, ecosystem. This ecosystem, that's actually where they're at here. Apple doesn't really provide that, and this is okay. So that focus is on the ecosystem, and I would put Google and Samsung and Apple as the three, basically the top tier when it comes to that. The Samsung ecosystem's phenomenal, but you know, Apple is the creme de la creme. It is the high water mark when it comes to an ecosystem. They make everything simple. All right, then the last one. So let's look at this on-demand model. So time is money. So that is a structure of this business model. Immediate access or premium access to time is sold. Delivery of the product or service can be accessed at a certain time. Video on demand, taxi on demand, and systems. Companies with or peoples with goods or time make their service available to people or goods time, but without goods or time, but with money. So Amazon Prime, Uber, Upwork, and then cloud service. Uber definitely, you know, that's a portion of that big portion of their business model for sure. And again, same thing here. I'm not necessarily on demand with my services, but these are the things that I took into mind is like when I was listening to the pain points at my, we go back to, and I just use myself as an example here. I think there's goodness in this. So when I was looking at the pain points, excuse me, pain points for small business owners, it was, you know, not having someone to talk to. They work odd hours, and then if they do need to talk to someone, it's off hours, so they're not able to. They have to stop what they're doing and then figure out a time to be able to chat with someone. They'll have that conversation. Access to that type of information, you know, the specialist. These are all things that I took a look at when I put on my pseudo on demand model. But I wanted to ensure that they were, they understood they could reach out to me. That's what I wanted to have for them. And you know, it's definitely a rarity to have on that spot. Now, and then we get top down disruption. I'm not worried about these pieces. So they talk about strategic consideration. So, and this is what we work through. We talk through the market entry strategy, sustainability and scaling, and impact on the industry. How you're going to get into that market is, again, super important to be able to get in there. Sustainability and scaling. They talk about the different versions here, top down versus bottom up. And a lot of these things here, I will go through it, just make sure. This form of disruption, companies enter the market with high quality, often expensive product or services aimed at more affluent clientele. Affluent, excuse me. The aim is to occupy a niche in the premium segment and expand the market from there. Apple, high-end computers, then reached out to a wider audience with products such as iPod and iPhone. iPhone is still a premium product. I mean, they charge an arm and a leg and another arm for those things, but I understand what they're saying. Higher margins, brand equity, there's challenges, but then the bottom up. Now, when it comes to bottom up, man, you have got to have something that is sticky. Just keep that in mind. It's got to be a low friction, high demand solve to a large, but a large annoyance is the way I always try to say it. Okay. If you want to do bottom up. All right. Yeah, not worried about the rest of those because that's really, I just wanted to be able to get into the different types of business models here. So let's go back through kind of what we were talking about today. Again, we went over again, Research Friday. This is what it looks like. I just come through and I've got some notes written down for my clients, kind of where I want them to, their focus at on the different business models, things just to keep in mind. Definitely going to have an education piece on it, just as a reminder what a business model is. It's just how you are structuring your not just your manufacturing, but how you're going to be delivering that good or service to your clients. That's a very important piece of just understanding what that delivery method is going to be, but also having an idea of who that customer is and their exact pain points and what pain you are solving, how that's going to deliver value, and then how it's going to be profitable in the long run. And understand you may have a loss for a minute, but you need to have a plan to flip it into profitability. It has to happen, as you're seeing with a lot of these businesses that obviously have been going out of business over time. So, we just went through the 9 disruptive business models. Those are the areas that I really wanted to focus at for my clients on here, because they're established businesses and they're looking to move into other, either offer a new type of product or service, but they're moving into an area where there's already competition. So we need to be disruptive when we think about how we're going to enter that space. I don't want to go with a traditional model, because then it's a uphill fight. We want to go in, make a splash, figure it out, provide some value, reduce friction. And you'll hear me say that a lot. And what you want, your job as a business owner, is to be reducing friction through a product or service all the time. At no point should your product or service increase friction for your client. Like that is not helping them. So whenever we're looking to launch anything, how are we making our customers' lives easier? That is the number one question we have to answer. Then we can figure out the value and price and everything. But if we deliver this, how in the heck is their life easier? And just keep that in mind. So yeah, that's what we looked at here. It was good. Good day today. I love Research Friday. It's like my favorite. I get to spend some time just digging into the books, re-educating myself, so that way I can provide more value for my clients. Love it. So with that, I hope I earned your subscription today. Again, I go live here Monday through Friday between 8 and 9 Eastern, 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern. If you follow, you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I go live here. Hop on the chat. We can talk. Again, if you like gardening stuff in the afternoons, if you're watching this saying, what in the world is this? Why is Ryan on this thing instead of in the garden? Again, be sure to give me a subscribe or a follow there too, because then you can come out and hang out with us on the live chat out in the garden. Check out some of my long form videos in the garden as well. So it's been great chatting with you all today. I hope you have a great weekend. Take care, and I will see you